Hey everybody, this is Stuart with Wine on the Dime. So today I'm reviewing the 2020 Pessimist Red Blend by Daou. It is from Paso, Robles, California. It is 15.2% alcohol by volume, and I paid $18 for it at my local grocery store. Now, I got this because, well, specifically because of my wife. She says I'm a pessimist all the time. And I told her that is a negative way of viewing things because I'm not a pessimist all the time. I'm realistic all the time. There's a big difference there. So speaking of realism, let's see if this wine is really good or not. All right, so in terms of color, ooh, you are purple. I can tell you that right now. You are purple, you are deep purple, no artifacts, no cloudiness. On the nose, wow, that is a little all over the place. Let me get my bearings. Okay, let me start with primary. So primary, there's plum, blackberry, there's a little bit of a black cherry note. A side note, alcohol is presenting as well as high, at least to me, but I have a sensitive nose to the alcohol notes. There's also a touch of blueberry. Going into the other characteristics, there is a cocoa note to this, a slight hint of vanilla, but then I'm also getting like a little bit of a sort of like a warm baking spice, almost like a very minor touch of star anise. There's a little bit of clove. There's also a very strong black pepper note in this wine. Anyway, how does it taste? So it's medium plus body. Tannins, medium plus tannins. They're a little bit grippy. They do have a slightly astringent quality about them, at least in this 2020 that I have. Maybe if you have an older vintage, maybe it's not as kind of astringent. Maybe they're a little bit more mellow. In terms of alcohol tastes medium on the palate, though, like I said, on the nose, it was starting to burn as I was getting to the end of the nose there. Finish is a medium plus finish. Intensity, I forgot to mention it on the nose. Medium plus intensity on the nose, medium plus intensity on the palate. The thing that, I've never had this wine before. As a matter of fact, I know it's really popular, but I've just never thought about buying it. Maybe it was because I was focusing on 15 and under. Now that 20 and under is there, it's a whole new world. I don't know. Or maybe I was just lazy and never thought about it and wrote it down. Anyway, this wine is actually pretty well balanced. Now I will say, in terms of the palate intensity, that's how I'm saying it's balanced. The primary, the secondary, all of that really plays really well together. Nothing is really trying to club one or the other. It's all about being, well, in balance very well with that. Now I will say though that the thing that I'm not necessarily feeling like is in balance with this wine in the current moment is the way that the tannins are playing with the actual remainder of the wine. They are a little bit of astringent. It is a little bit bitter. So what I would probably say is this needs a little bit of time to mellow out. So if you're buying a 2020, maybe drink it in, today's 2022, drink it in 2025. That's what I would probably recommend. So if you could find a little bit of an older pessimist, well, you know, old pessimists, we last for a while. We don't go anywhere because there's maybe nowhere to go. Anyway, so what I will say is let's get to the blick because this wine review is already becoming derailed. All right, so in terms of balance, I'm gonna give you half a point. Like I said, the tannins really take away from the wine in a way that they kind of impart a bitter note to this wine, and they're very scratchy. So if you are going to do something with this wine in the 2020, aerate it, really try to do something to mellow those tannins out. If you just want to maybe have something that starts developing a little bit of tertiary and also has a little bit softer tannins, get an older vintage. But 2020, pouring it straight out of the glass like the average consumer does, I'm gonna give you half a point. Length, medium plus finish, I'll give you 0.75. We'll do that today. In terms of intensity, medium plus on the palate, medium plus on the nose, so I'll give you 0.75 again. And in terms of complexity, a good range of primary, a good range of secondary. I wasn't sure if I would get any tertiary on this. It is a 2020. It is just from looking at this wine, it was presenting itself as a pretty powerful red wine. Then when you pour it, it looks like it's a powerful red wine. And then when you see the color and the fact that it's still purple, I would say that this wine, you should not expect tertiary in a 2020. With all that being said though, I was not disappointed with the range that it had, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and give it a full point. So in the end, that's 3 points magically, somehow, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you very good. I actually do enjoy this wine. Like I said, I do recommend that you do something to reduce a little bit of the impact of the tannins. They have the stringency, that kind of actual mouth feel, like kind of scraping the skin off the roof of your mouth type effect. However though, if you can get through that, then you're gonna really enjoy this wine, especially if you're gonna be pairing it with food. This wine can really hold up to some powerful stuff. Now I will say that if you're someone who's sensitive to alcohol in the nose, this might be something that kind of burns you a little bit, and if you have a sensitive retronasal effect, then this will also come back into retronasal. So you'll sip and you'll kind of feel that warmth and you'll smell it and you'll kind of get it there. So the alcohol, if you're sensitive to it, could be an issue. However though, even with me being sensitive to it, I'm still gonna give this a very good. Anyway, this has been Stuart with Wine on the Dime. If you liked today's video, please like, subscribe, and comment, or don't. I mean, I never expect anything because I'm a... Have you had the Pessimist? I'd be interested to know if you have. Leave a comment below, and I'll see y'all again soon, or maybe I won't, with another review from Wine on the Dime.